Leo, peace be upon you. We're going to look at the month of June for you. So therefore, shadow work, possible challenges, trials, current trial, opportunities, advice or guidance. Seven of Pentacles, the Devil, Major Arcana, the Stars in reverse. It's a rude awakening of some sort. And the Queen of Cups in reverse. You're dropping someone like their heart. Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah. This may have been a very complex relationship, commitment that's very, very intense, tying you both legally, financially, practical wise, etc. Okay, like two peas in the pod, and this is transformative, but yeah, in a practical sense here. Five of Pentacles, yeah. You may be a bit harsh in the sense of that you are going to either seek for some form of restitution or become a bit stingy about certain aspects, objects, items, so division of assets, who takes who participated more, and I hope you can avoid this toxic stage altogether, just for the sake of moving forward as soon as possible. This relationship is absolutely over. This can be a partnership, it doesn't matter. It seems as if it's a mixture of them all. It's very intense. And therefore, the ending is even more so painful and dramatic. And for you, it may translate into anger or defensive attacks and so on. You're going to make it about money, objects, etc. in order to get whatever you can out of the situation and so on. But in reality, you are trying to accept the fact that there was no love here. But most importantly, you have to accept the fact that there was no love from your end either. I need you to be very honest with yourself. You may call this love because it translated into how much you've invested. Time, resources, energy, devotion. Yeah, it's a lot. True. But it wasn't love. Page of Cups. No, it wasn't. There was no love from your end either. So there's little to be upset about. Keep a cool head. Divide whatever you need to divide. Whatever is done, let it be done for good. There was never really genuine love, or the love that you or the other person actually deserves and needs. You weren't meant to be with one another. You may have connected because there was something that made the two of you extremely compatible. Qualities, values, virtues, etc. But now you're moving to a different state altogether, whereas you're seeking for emotional fulfillment. But first and foremost, the lesson for you here, give love. Love isn't, don't try to buy love. You don't need to, try and earn it or purchase it, or I feel that you are the one to actually offer all of these things, and now you're accusing the person of having used you or never having loved you, but neither did you. Because if you did, you would have rather invested emotionally, which you never did. When you're in love, you're absolutely glorious, the sun. When you're not, you try to compensate because of your beautiful qualities of loyalty and wanting to show up, wanting to improve other people's lives and so on. It's magnanimous, it's incredible. But is it genuine love? Or what you gave, consider it to have been given it at a human level, as if you have, supported someone at a distance that you've never met to ensure their education, for example. As many people do, for example. That's kind of the connection that you had here, or you supported a friend, but was it romantic love? No. So I pray you navigate this with maturity and wisdom and less toxicity as possible. It's not going to do anyone any good. I'm advising you to not sit there and waste time on arguing about what you gave what, who paid for what, who's... Ace of Pentacles. Plant a seed elsewhere. Start moving in a due direction. Okay? You're going to be fine. The Two of Wands. Choosing. You're at the crossroad. You're moving on a new path. But that's what for both of you. Queen of Swords in reverse. If you go on this route, it will prolong. You will be hurt yourself, right, by this person, because she will have to defend herself. If you launch accusation and try to humiliate the person, or you may not be aware of how much it can impact, because the other person is losing something as well. Everybody invested what they had. Neither of you were genuinely fully with a whole heart invested in this. You tried. People meet, they try, they explore, they fall out, they move on to something better. But we don't spit where we ate. She will come after, she will defend herself, right? She will use information against you, either take you to court, or she will have to defend herself. She will be strong, and I guess those were the traits that you saw as strong or powerful in this person at one time, that she can ultimately be strong when necessary, when her own dignity or own interests are being trampled, and which you're about to do actually, simply because you want to come out of something, because you're no longer in alignment. It turned toxic for you, but it was toxic for the both of you. Both of you made sacrifices, both of you, right, lost some dreams, time. Both of you felt as if you were not respected, or you weren't each other's wish fulfillment or perfect. You weren't aligned even in ideals, or sometimes you don't have to be the same, but you weren't complementing one another. You weren't helping each other become the best versions of yourself. If anything, this Queen of Swords is telling us that you were actually both unfair or unjust, or you became antagonistic, almost like competitive or in enemy energy of some sort. It was egos for the both of you. So you both went through this. This is a karmic cycle that's meant to help each of you individually see your negative traits as they're revealed. But you weren't helping each other become any better versions of yourself. You were both struggling. There was depression, there was stress, there was constant questioning and accusations, and right, it's a power struggle of some sort. It doesn't matter who started, or that's what it became, and it was toxic for the both of you, because it took two to tango. And if anything, both of you pulled the same card, or attempted to try and find something until you didn't anymore. Something that connects you, until you didn't. It just turned into full-blown war, accusations, hurting one another with words, and it was vice versa. So you just drop it, okay? Because again, neither of you are the best versions that you could be. It's an end of a connection, and it's a new beginning. Seeds are being planted elsewhere. It's a fallout of alignment. You don't understand one another. You don't comprehend or feel one another. You no longer empathize or connect with one another. So be fair, be honest, be rational, cool, detached. Healing will ensue soon enough. You'll be able to process the two of you, and you're gonna move forward on your own. In reality, you were both of you in this relationship because it's better than being on your own, right? Both of you may have been committal, and you just accepted the relationship in lack of other options or opportunities. Many people do that. It's a Nine of Swords, a feeling that forces are working against you, constant depression, having to stand up or stand against accusations and misconceptions and etc., offenses. But overall, this is the dark night. It's shadow work that needs to be done, taking accountability. It's easy to say, well, it's the other person. No. It doesn't have to be. If you don't take it to heart, if you just focus on how you can come out of the situation as best as possible. Sun, there you are. Grand rising, illumination, innocence, purity of heart and spirit, vision, healing and warmth, candor, expansion, children, etc. Inner child, creativity, exploration, joy for life, being in the moment, etc. Because what else is there, right? This is destiny, it's fatality. It's sitting around and saying, was it the architect? Was it the priest? Was it the mason who built this tower, right? Like much like it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Moving forward, right? And yet another seed, again, that Ace of Pentacles, it's a new beginning in a very practical sense. It means you're starting off either a new business, because I feel a lot of things were tied in here. A feeling of having betrayed, and to some extent is true for the both of you, I believe. But it's rather, again, having failed in life in general, being betrayed by God himself. What did we do wrong, right? For each of you, if you were able to see that both of you are obviously hurt, because both of you invested and cared. That's why you were there. You wanted this to work, or to be something that it wasn't. It doesn't matter now. Avoid the conflict. You've been arguing for way too long, and there's a need to introspection, one step at a time, walking in faith, right? Calm, tranquility, wisdom, experience, and so on and so forth. You do, again, need to, for you, it's about controlling this temper. For the, if you're a masculine, she's a feminine, it's about the tongue, right? The hurt, the offensive, the feminine that speaks. And what you actually do need is connection, again, with different kinds of people, exploration, traveling to heal with the hermit, maybe a retreat somewhere, maybe right, to balance out your energies. Don't be impulsive, please. Try and temper, find your own harmony and inner balance. Things end in order for others to begin. And you have a seed that it's actually quite tangible, and seems to be very fruitful and productive. And make sure you plant the seeds that you want to see come to fruition, not those that none of us like the effects of, like, those who stem from seeds of hatred, of division, of anger, resentment, right? That's not who we are, but sometimes, yeah, we tend to become that inadvertently, and we become basically our own worst enemies, because it starts to make our life miserable. No matter what happens, even when it's good, we're consumed by, again, bitterness. That's not empowering. To constantly feel as if others have the power to determine how you're feeling, your choices, your experience, and because ultimately you make choices as well. You allowed them, you were in that relationship with them. So accountability is more empowering than, right, making it about yourself ultimately, with the good, the bad, and not regretting the good that you did, right? And there's, even if you were to take everything you've ever given back, that's not what you gave it for. So let it be for whatever it was meant to be, beyond what you were hoping you would get out of it. We do gesture of kindness with expectations all the time. And our expectations will be broken all the time. It doesn't mean they didn't serve any good. It just serves purposes that are beyond our control. In whichever manner you helped improve someone else's life, even if you brought a glimpse of happiness, I know that's what your soul actually genuinely wanted to do. The self, yes, you would say, but I would have preferred if they would have been honest with me, or loved me as I deserved to be loved, or appreciated me, or did not treat me that way. Yeah, that didn't happen. But to say that it was for nothing and attempt to take it back, or be angry or bitter about what you've done, is definitely not the path you want to take. That kind of a bitterness will become a pattern. It's a kind of like vicious cycle. It will affect your next relationship, and so on and so forth. So basically it's a sabotaging kind of a, karmically speaking. So I'm not saying that anyone gets away with anything. You didn't. The other person wanted. We all pay for choices we make. We just have to determine whether it was worth it, but not based on what we get out of it financially, practically, or otherwise, but rather emotionally, spiritually, maturity-wise, experience. We see the opportunities in having revealed those unpleasant aspects that may sabotage future amazing connections and opportunities. So we thank those people who came into our life to reveal those aspects and find the right balance. Overcome, conquer something, and become the best versions of ourselves, Leo. Be your glorious, inspirational, and amazing self. Shalom.